So the focus of today's video is going to be showing you essential items that you can keep with you every day in your Mustang to prevent for possible mechanical failures in the future for either yourself or family member, someone you know, maybe even a stranger that you're passing by. So as you take a look in the trunk here, we're on our 2017 Mustang GT, you just lift up on this little tab here and it shows you the spare tire area. So with many of these, they don't give you a full-size spare anymore. What they do give you is a 12-volt powered air pump. Now this pump is actually a lot better after just taking a look at it. I already have used it. So I'm going to pull this out of here and show you some of the uses for it. So this is your spare kit here that they give you. Of course it is an air pump. There's also a tab on here that you can just turn the nozzle over to repair, and it actually, I believe, includes kind of like a fix-a-flat kit that's already in here. And of course you have your on and off power switch here on the back side. And the reason that I actually learned this is I do ride bicycles and I do take my bike with me frequently. There's actually a nozzle here. It's actually this one, just pops out, and this will actually screw into the head here, and it's actually for a Presta valve, which a Presta is typically what you find on most bicycles. So that was pretty neat because I actually forgot my air pump, so that was kind of a lifesaver. I'm not sure what this other one does, possibly maybe like basketballs or something like that. But it's a very useful pump, and it worked a whole lot better than the last 12-volt pump that I had. Also, if you ever are in the event where you do have to use this to actually fix a flat, you can get a replacement unit like this for about $40. I found them at my local auto parts store, and they're very, very similar in size, probably even the same brand. There is a Ford part number on the back here, which is this FRC-19G5525. So if you wanted to order another one, you can. Not sure what the actual price is on it, but like I said, the aftermarket ones, you know, at any auto parts store like this typically are about 40 bucks, and it's a very, very nice piece. And nice that it comes with those adapters, so it's very versatile. Not the easiest thing to put back together again in exactly the right fashion. Ford also puts it in that little plastic baggie there, which I am keeping. Now underneath here in the spare tire well, you have kind of this styrofoam frame that it fits into. That's actually not necessary. So to get a little more space here and add to our storage, I'm going to get rid of that. Also, just got the car here, so it's very dirty in here. I'm going to go ahead and clean that out. Also, Ford does give you a little funnel tool in there as well, so it's not necessary to include a secondary funnel. So I'm going to put it on pause here, get rid of the styrofoam, and clean this up. Okay, so we got it all cleaned out here, and you know, not perfect. It doesn't have to be a showroom shine, but you want to have all that dust and dirt out of there. So item number one that you want to put in here, and we also got rid of that kind of useless styrofoam piece, is your factory air pump tire fixer. Also, I like to carry an extra can just in case, and also jumper cables. So there'll be a few more items that we're going to add here also. Next item that we're going to have here is a small toolbox. So this is one that I picked up from Walmart for like $5. And it's also convenient enough to slide in here, and it's not going to push up the trunk lid at all. So some items that I'm going to have in here, and I don't have everything in here that I want just yet. First off, zip ties. You can never have too many of these. Many uses for those. Also, screwdriver, and you want preferably one that has both heads on it, both a Phillips and a flathead. This is kind of like a universal one where it slides out and you can flip it around. And it'll have a different head on here, and these press out here, and you can choose which head that you want on here. It's nice because it's one piece, so it saves you the trouble of having 2 extra tools in there. Space savings are important. And then also a set of Allen keys. It's important to have metric. English aren't really important, as there's almost nothing on this car that's going to be in that. Also, I like to do a lot of bike riding, so almost everything is in metric also, so that has 2 uses there. So those are the only 3 items that I have in here for now. Another thing I'm going to add in here is going to be duct tape, because that's something that you should always have with you at all times. 2 additional items that I like to have with me also is going to be one of these little magnetic things. These are very handy if, say for instance, they do extend out. If you drop like a bolt in your engine bay, these are pretty handy on fishing those out of there, and it doesn't really take up any more space than the size of a pen. And also an adjustable wrench, just because very versatile. I mean, it is going to have its limit as to what type of bolt range that it can go up to, and you can, you know, vary which size that you want. This is a relatively small one. I could probably go with something a little bit bigger if I wanted to. There's many more items that I plan on adding to this. The other big thing I'd recommend would be some type of small ratchet set, particularly going up from about 6mm on up to, I'd say, probably about 21. And also you do want to have the proper sizes in there for most things in this car. If you have 8 and 10, if that's the only 2 that you want to put in here, those are good sizes to have with you. Just, you know, if there's a bolt that comes loose or something that you need to temporarily take off, it's nice to have those tools with you. And, I mean, they're relatively small. They're not going to take up any weight. And I have plenty of room in this box for them, so there's a lot more tools that I'm going to add to it. So for now, those are some essentials. There's also a couple items that I'm going to put in here also. And I like to keep my car clean, as I'm sure a lot of you do. So this is excellent storage for things like your microfiber towels here. And you can kind of just sit these in there. Plenty of room in there, and I can still fit a lot more in here, and typically I would like to fill this up a little bit more so it prevents things from rattling around in here. It's nice to have everything seated in one place. So those are some items for now that you can place into here to make it a little more useful. And like I said, it's plenty of storage, and it kind of stays out of the way. Best part is here with all of those items in here, not only do I have more storage space, but I also have my entire trunk that I can use as well.